One Piece Manga Chapter 1057 is here, and with it comes the revelation that Yamato will not be joining the Straw Hats, and the Straw Hats finally leaving Wano, concluding what has been my favourite One Piece arcs yet. But before we break down this chapter, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for weekly One Piece, Dragon Ball and Naruto content. So the chapter basically begins with the title saying a tale is being told in the Flower Capital, and basically a song is being played telling the true story of Momonosuke, the Scabbards and Oden, basically to shed light with all the people of Wano about what really happened over the years in regards to them and the truth, as what actually happened and what is happening has always been misconstrued by Kaido and Orochi. The manga then cuts to Tokage Port in Udon, with Yamato revealing that she is not going to join the Straw Hats. Now, honestly, if you watched my last review, you heard me say that I thought she was going to join the Straw Hats. I'm pretty sure I concluded the chapter saying that. But no, Yamato is not going to join the Straw Hats. And her reasoning for this is, well, Oden didn't immediately set out to sea. He toured around Wano and basically explored Wano, seeing all there was to see, before eventually going out to sea with the Whitebeard pirates. But we continue to see Momonosuke being all pissed off, looking for Luffy, saying, why didn't they leave without saying goodbye? And Momonosuke was basically just saying he must have intentionally snubbed me. Why bid farewell to everyone else but us? And then we see flashbacks to Luffy and Momonosuke fighting back while they were still on Zoe, with Luffy saying, so what if you're a warrior? I'm going to be king of the pirates one day. Oh yeah, well, one day I will be an anointed shogun of Wano. So basically arguing over their, importance back when Momonosuke kind of had an ego, thinking that, I'm so important, you should bow down and listen to me. And then we see it cut to Luffy saying, are you just some figurehead, Momonosuke? Are you just going to stand there and cry? And then you see Momonosuke saying, I want to beat Kaido. So essentially it's a flashback to a lot of pivotal moments from Momonosuke during the Wano arc. So when Momonosuke was taken by... Why have I forgotten his name? Kanjuro. So when Momonosuke was taken by Kanjuro, and Luffy was saying, you're a top-knotted brat, but you're right. You have to find a way to survive. And when Kaido was basically taunting him, saying, say your name, you're not important. And he's like, I'm Kozuki Momonosuke. I don't know why I keep saying Kozuki like that. Kozuki Momonosuke, the man who will be Shogun of Wano. And then Luffy, so yeah, essentially it's just flashbacks. Then we cut back to Momonosuke running along saying, we may not have always gotten along, but we still came a long way together. Is he really that heartless? And basically Momonosuke just going through the works in his own head saying, I was wrong about you, Luffy, you fiend. He is mistaking being free for being free to be rude. Am I wrong, Kinemon? And Kinemon's basically just agreeing with him, saying, not at all. By the way, Momonosuke-sama, is there a reason we aren't flying? Yes, Momonosuke's running because I don't think he completely knows how to fly at will yet. But then we see the manga cut to Tokage Port, where we see Law, Luffy, and Kid getting ready to set sail. And then Momonosuke comes in his dragon form, just running at them saying, you monsters. And Yamato is just like, hey, we've come to see you off. And then everyone's just like, Momonosuke, Kinemon. And then Sanji's like, Yamato-chan. Next second, Momonosuke goes back into his human form and tackles Luffy. And he's just like, Luffy, you bastard, what is the meaning of this outrage? Why would you leave without saying goodbye? I thought we were friends. You've angered the Shogun. And then he's like, this is the edict from the Shogun. And then he basically just breaks down crying, saying, please don't leave. I'll be so lonely. I want to be with you forever. It can't end like this. Please, I don't want anyone shipping Luffy with Momonosuke. Just no. And he's basically just breaking down in front of Luffy because he's upset that obviously they left without saying goodbye. Saying, I only managed to survive because you were there. You're the reason I can laugh again. Thank you so much for avenging my father and my mother. You see, I can't even express myself properly now. I'm scared of what's going to happen next. And then you see some of the Straw Hats just laughing, saying, oh, that's quite the pitiful sight. And Nami just tearing up, saying, cut him a break, he's still a little kid on the inside. But then Luffy calls out to Usopp and saying, Usopp. Usopp then throws something onto Momonosuke. And Luffy saying, we've been waiting here all this time because I wanted to give you this. Even if you're a bit bigger now, I know what you're like on the inside. You can't play the tough Shogun with me. You're still a small, weak dummy, but I think of you as a little brother. Which is really a touching moment. Because, yeah, Luffy sees Momonosuke as his little brother and he's acknowledging that. He's like, hey, we wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. We wanted to do something nice for you, which is then... it's revealed what Usopp threw at Momonosuke. It is a Straw Hat flag. And Luffy basically says, when times are tough, look at it and remember your seafaring adventures. Hang it up somewhere in Wano. If any major bad news comes knocking, just point him to it. Just point him to it. It'll let them know that you're screwing with our friends. It is the same as screwing with us. And Momonosuke is just like, does this mean I'm one of you? And everyone's just laughing and getting along. Because Luffy's like, of course we're friends. Make sure you put this flag up. And it's basically a sign that you and I were close. And if someone messes with you, they're messing with me. Which is, I really like this moment here. Because it just develops their relationship a bit more. And Luffy's like, Kinemon, Yamato, Momo, if you ever want to be pirates, I'll come for you right away. And he's like, just remember, I don't have any weaklings on board. Now, everyone was so sure that Yamato was going to join the Straw Hats. But because she wants to live like Kozuki Oden, obviously she's going to go travel around Wano first before going out. Which is okay, I suppose, but honestly, before the story is over, I honestly think that she will join the Straw Hats. Now, I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. In the previous chapter, I was like 100% certain that she was going to join the Straw Hats in the next chapter. Well, looky, I'm wrong. Then we see the Straw Hats take off, with Luffy saying, take care of him, Yamato. And she's just like, yeah. And he's like, keep it together, Shogun. Good luck, Momonosuke. And then Momonosuke looks to Kinemon and says, someday I will surpass Kozuki Oden. Mark my words. And Kinemon just has a tear in his eye and just says, I will be by your side when you do. Now, do I think this is the last time we're going to see the Scabbards and Momonosuke? No. I feel like before the One Piece story ends, because we know we are in the final saga right now, or entering it right now, I reckon there's going to be a war, and I'm pretty sure most of the community will probably agree with me on this, where the Straw Hats will have to summon all of their allies to fight someone, which could be the world government, it could be Blackbeard, it could be other pirates for the One Piece, but there is going to be a big fight. You know, it was kind of teased back in Marineford, with Whitebeard saying one day someone carrying the weight of thousands of years of history on their shoulders is going to throw down a gauntlet. And there's going to be a big war, but yes, I do think this is coming, and it's coming soon. And as we are in the final saga, we're probably going to see it within the next couple of years. So we see the Straw Hats setting off with Nami saying, alrighty, let's set a course for Hakumai. The main port is there. I was told there's a lift that can lower ships down. And you just see Brook and Chopper saying, oh, thank God we get to go down that port. I don't want to go up that waterfall or down that waterfall again. And then Kid, being the pirate that he is just like, yeah, that makes sense. You guys would use the main port. It's the safe and sound way down after all. Perfect for you wusses. And then you just see Law and Luffy snap. And he's like safe and sound. And then the Straw Hats know immediately what's about to happen. He's like, no, Luffy, being safe is good. Don't let him get to you. And then some of the Law pirates, Beppo probably, saying, hang on, Captain, what's with that face? We all think the main port is better. And then Luffy's just like, Jinbei, give me the helm. And someone's like, no, Luffy, don't. And off they go. They literally go flying off of a waterfall in typical One Piece fashion. I don't know what it is, but Luffy always has a habit of falling when he's going on a new adventure. Well, not falling, but you guys get what I mean. Like, when they started to go to Whole Cake, when they left today, he literally grabbed everyone and just jumped off the elephant. But yeah, all three ships, the Law Pirates, the Kid Pirates, the Straw Hats, off they go, flying off of the waterfall. And we basically then see some narration from the narrator saying, the might of the outlaws recruited by Lord Momonosuke and Kinemon made them akin to real-life Wisdom Kings. The power descended like a wrathful tsunami, obliterating all in its path. Even Kaido the Dragon King and the yokai-possessed giant Orion failed to withstand their assault. The heavens themselves were torn as painful shrieks reverberated through the air. During that chaos, Princess Hiyori was... Okay, so no, sorry, my mistake. It's not the narrator, it is the announcer from the start of a chapter basically saying all this. And he continues to say, during that chaos, Princess Hiyori was accosted by Orochi the snake that seemingly perished in the flames. In a desperate last-ditch attempt for his spiteful revenge, his gambit was thwarted by a single slash. And who owns that blade that separated Orochi from his final cursed head? Okay, so they're basically going over how Orochi was killed by Denjiro. And they're basically telling the story, the final moments of Orochi, and basically how Hiyori was reacting and acting when all of this was happening. And we see a flashback and Denjiro is saying to Hiyori, stand back, it's too dangerous, you know, Orochi could do something. And the announcer's just like, oh, our beloved princess did not yield even a step. And basically went over what she said when Orochi died. And she went up to him and was like, Korazumi means charcoal. They were born to burn. Now, awesome scene from Hiyori right here. Love it. She basically just went up to the man who had a part to play in killing her father. And she's like, nah, you guys are born to burn. But yeah, I love this scene here because she's just showing how she's grown as a character, obviously being scared of all her past and everything that has happened. And she's just standing up to Orochi in his final moments. They continue to sing a song basically about everything that's happened. And the narrator says that concludes today's tale on our nation's renowned samurai. And you see I love this shot. If someone could color this and make this into a wallpaper, this would absolutely be a sick wallpaper, like for One Piece fans or Wano, big Wano fans especially, because it's just got Momonosuke and all the scabbards and basically all the characters we've grown to know over the Four Emperors saga. So the narrator's then saying, that concludes today's tale on our nation's renowned samurai, and how they miraculously returned to us, with people shouting Momonosuke-sama, Shogun-sama, and the narrator continuing to say, with that, I think a well-earned break is in order. And then it cuts to Momonosuke saying, now, where shall we place this flag? And the narrator says, till we meet again, farewell, as the curtains begin to close, literally saying the final curtain, the end. Basically concluding the Wano saga. Chapter 1057 was a great chapter overall, and it wasn't particularly action-packed and didn't have major lore and events take place, but it was there to tie the knot of the Four Emperors saga / Wano arc, and I feel like it did that nicely. Now the next couple of chapters will most likely be laying down the foundations for the next arc and the final saga, so stay tuned in the coming weeks for when I cover that. But let me know your thoughts on the chapter and some of your favourite moments from the Wano arc down in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is Anime Roundtable, signing off.